I wish somebody would have told me about starting a YouTube channel and given me some tips, because if I would have known what I know now, I'm not sure I would have started. Hello, my name is Rokia, also known as MsQueenRo. I am a lifestyle adventurer creator, full-time entrepreneur working as a brand strategist, part-time digital content creator, but today I'm doing the brand strategy thing. It's been a minute since I've come on and actually given some tips about YouTube, about brand strategy. I know I had to take a little break. I was getting a little burned out. I had a little bit more fun making vlogs, which, by the way, if you haven't checked out my personal side, be sure to check on any vlog on the channel. I'm sure you will love it there. And now I'm ready to go back into the working part of being a digital content creator. And I was thinking, I'm really getting into this YouTube thing. Well, actually, I guess I've gotten into it for real. I did make 10,000 followers. Pat myself on the back. And I was thinking, why not continue to help others? I did actually make a YouTube starter type video if you're interested in looking at that one. But honestly, that one is more for the technical side, some of the hard skills that I touched on, editing, lighting, mics, and things like that. I didn't really touch on the soft skills. So that's what I'm going to do today in today's video. If I were to start a YouTube channel 2024, maybe even 2025 and years from now, these skills are not going to go away. I am going to use my phone, and it is in no particular order that I'm actually going to shout them out. But I wish somebody would have told me these skills when I was starting a YouTube channel, because I don't know, I might have done some things differently, and who knows, I might not even started a YouTube channel, because it's not easy. It's hard in these YouTube streets, but that's what I'm here for today. I want to make sure that you have an easier transition from just going from a Instagram, TikTok, social media person into the big avenue of YouTube. If it is of some value to you, please make sure you press that thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, I hope that you do. I know some of you are probably just here from my vlogs, but you never know. You may want to maybe start a YouTube channel. And if you're interested, keep watching. If I were to start a YouTube channel, one of the first skills, and actually I think there's going to be 10. So yeah, 10 soft skills that I would look into a little bit more just to make sure I'm ready to get started. The first thing I would look into is making sure that I am professional. Now, let me actually put a disclaimer in there. I'm going to use the word I, or the letter I, the pronoun I, but just know I'm talking to you. I just didn't want to say you. All right. And maybe I will start to say you going into the next skill, because let's face it, I am professional. I am very professional. I have a professional business that I'm running. I have a professional brand that I'm growing. But when I say be professional, I'm talking about when you are growing your brand as a YouTuber, you want to make sure that you're growing as a professional. Now, I'm not saying that you have to be all stuffy or, really uptight when you have a YouTube channel. If your YouTube channel is that you're trying to grow is like a reaction video, or you're trying to create like skits or something like that, by all means, make people laugh. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is growing a professional brand. So with that comes setting up other social media accounts like your Instagram, your TikTok, your X, used to be formerly Twitter, whatever account that you're looking into, you want to remain professional in your brand making, because you're not just going to make it just by having YouTube. I mean, let me rephrase. You will make it, but it's going to take you a little bit longer. It's going to take you a little bit harder. So I would say grow a brand outside of YouTube as well. So for instance, whatever handle that you have for your YouTube channel, start an Instagram account with that. I have the same thing. My channel is named MsQueenRo. I was going to actually separate my brands as far as the business side and the personal side. My niche is life, career, travel. So why separate it, right? Whoever's going to watch any of my videos, whether you're just here for the vlogs, whether you're just here for the travel, or whether you're just here for the business side, that's up to you. But my point is, I wasn't going to separate it. So my channel here, handle name is MsQueenRo. My Instagram channel is also named MsQueenRo. Now, why is that important? Because when somebody is searching you via Google or via even, any search engine, You want to make sure when they put in MsQueenRo or whatever handle that you have, locks for me, whatever it is, you want to make sure that all your handles come up, not just your YouTube, right? And it makes it easier to find you. Number 2, stay organized. So that goes into the professional aspect as well. When I say stay organized, when you're starting a YouTube channel, you can feel like you're like all over the place. Because honestly, I've been on YouTube since 2017. I still feel like I'm all over the place. But I've learned to make a list. I've learned to have a planner. I've learned to have a calendar. When you're starting a YouTube channel, I suggest doing all of that and more. Why? Because you are going to feel overwhelmed in a good way, but still, you want to protect your mental health as much as possible, because having a YouTube is already a job in itself. And people think it's not a job. It is a job, okay? 100% a job. But you want to stay organized because it's going to make your life a lot easier. So, for instance, have a content creating calendar. I actually tell my people that are on TikTok or Instagram, my clients, to make their own content calendar, but that's just involving those type of content platforms. YouTube, you should have one too. So for instance, you want to write out maybe what type of topic, what's your subject line going to be for the next video? Under that subject, write out different tips that you want to provide for that as well. Or if you're vlogging, maybe you'll have a theme for the vlog. Mother's Day just passed, right? And your Mother's Day theme will be to where maybe you are out and about with your own mother or some motherly figure, or maybe you are talking about Mother's Day gifts, or maybe you're actually going to make Mother's Day gifts. Whatever the theme is, that's my point. Have a theme for whatever video that you're making. Even if you're making skits, have a theme, because that keeps you organized. And I do suggest writing it down, or like I just did, I actually have it in my phone in my notes app, because it keeps you organized and that you're not all over the place. Soft skill number 3, be creative. Now, another reason why I didn't separate two YouTube channels is because I want to keep this channel just a little bit more on the random side. I'm doing that on purpose. Now, some people will say, oh, you are mixing up your audiences. Your audiences are getting confused. And honestly, that may be true. But I've been too long in the game to where I'm going to change it up. And again, my niche is life, career, travel. So if I have 3 different audiences, so be it. I don't always suggest that for everybody. So don't take that advice unless it works for you. But for me, it works. But being creative, I have to make sure that I am, because it can get a little redundant. So for instance, I was making these type of videos for a long time before I even started making vlogs. It was either travel videos, or I was making like these brand strategy or these business or entrepreneur type videos. And honestly, it was getting a little boring for me. I started to feel like it was being redundant. I feel like I was boring my audiences, and maybe I wasn't, but I felt if I was getting bored, that means that the YouTube videos were going to come out less and less. And I didn't want that to happen, especially because I was trying to grow a channel to 10,000 plus. So I decided, you know what? I got to change up. I got to be a little more innovative, a little bit more creative. And that's how I was like, you know what? I'm not going to separate my channels. I'm just going to keep it all in one. And I'm just going to have 3 different playlists, which I do now. I have 3 different playlists. So these videos are going in the career playlist. And being creative will help you keep your mind just kind of always thinking, and you not feeling like you're doing the same thing over and over again. And honestly, it does keep your audience wondering, like, okay, what type of video is she going to do next? Or what type of video he's going to do next? So yeah, be creative. And again, going back to being organized, the way you can stay creative is to write your ideas down. I'm a little old school, okay? I'm always about the writing, but hey, you can put it in your phone. You can type it in your notes app and your laptop, whatever you want to do. But that is actually going to help you be creative. But also going back to that content creator calendar, that helps you be creative as well, because you can see on Monday, I talked about this theme. On Tuesday, I talked about theme number 3. On Wednesday, I talked about theme number 4. So point is, be creative, thinking of different ideas so that you can keep your audience always guessing. Skill number 4, be passionate. I'm laughing because I think that is really a big anomaly for me because I know it may not seem like it, but I am really, really introverted. And sometimes when you're introverted, your passion can be like deep down and kind of hidden. But the thing is, for me, I always state myself, which is another skill we'll get into a little bit later. So that was able for my passion to kind of seep out a little bit at a time until I became a lot comfortable with the camera. And now I'm like, okay, we all good now. So remain passionate, right? And that also goes back to being creative and being organized, because a lot of times if you feel your videos are the same all the time, it's easy to lose that passion because you're just like, I'm bored. I don't know what else to talk about. I'm just done. Passion can also be in other ways as well. Maybe it's you using your community from your YouTube channel, sending out a survey to your audience members, asking them. It's also good for the creative side as well. Hey, audience. Hey, friends. I'm wondering about doing one of these two topics. What do you think is going to be best or something that you want to watch? So do a poll, right? So you can do it that way, or you can ask them ideas, get them to hopefully write the right comments to say, I think you should be talking about this. That will bring your creative mind back into formation, which will help you become passionate again. All right. So remain passionate. Use your hand. I'm a hand, person, so I can't. I try to keep my hands on my lap, but it doesn't work. So that's another way my passion comes out. I like to laugh. You'll see my dimples a lot. So all of that comes out when you'll know if I'm being fake because I'm like kind of stiff and uptight. But you'll know I'm being passionate when I'm talking with my hands or I'm laughing or smiling a lot. Skill number 5, be intentional. Now, if you are organized and if you're professional, there's no reason why you can't be or become intentional. So what I mean by that is a lot of times when we're starting off on YouTube, we are just, again, all over the place and we have all these ideas running, but I wish I would have known this when I got started because I knew I wanted to talk about life, career, and travel. But honestly, the most videos that I posted in the beginning, my beginning years of YouTube, was all around travel. And that kind of messed me up a little bit. When I say that is most of my audience members are people that only want to watch me for travel. And I never wanted to be a travel YouTuber. I never wanted to be a travel vlogger. I knew that from the start. I didn't know really what I wanted to do, but it was not be a travel vlogger because while I do travel a lot, I knew I wasn't going to travel all the time. And then, I don't know, that just seemed like the cliche to do at the time, like the thing to do to be a travel vlogger. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to set myself apart a little bit. So I knew I wanted to talk about life stuff, and I also wanted to talk about business stuff because I knew I was going to be starting a business soon. I started when I was in corporate America, but I knew I was going to eventually become an entrepreneur. That was one of my goals, and I follow up on my goals. So I didn't want to just talk about travel. Well, anyway, that trapped me a little bit because, again, a lot of my followers are travel folks that watch me. Now, mind you, some of them like some of the other content that I post, but I felt like my channel felt like came into a plateau because, again, I was getting bored. I wasn't traveling, and I just didn't know what to post. But at that time, I wasn't writing anything down. I didn't have a content calendar. I didn't have anything. Again, I was just posting to be posting because I knew I wanted to be a YouTuber. Well, I'm trying to give you advice now. If you're going to start a YouTube channel, be intentional. Now, you may not know the exact niche that you want to start with. Do I recommend you having a good idea? Yes, I do, because if you don't, it may prolong you to come up in YouTube. But if you don't, that's okay. All right. You can still start YouTube. My thing is that I tell my clients, go ahead and start. You can perfect it later. All right. So don't let that stop you if you don't have a set niche. But if you do, or if you can narrow down to a niche, I say do that because that is being intentional in the fact that you will have the correct or accurate followers to follow you. Why is that important? Because if you ever want to become or grow at a consistent, fast pace, you want to make sure that you have your right followers, because if you don't, they're going to be confused. They're going to be like, what are they posting? Like, I didn't sign up for this. I'm going to unsubscribe. And honestly, that's what happened to me. I had a lot of people unsubscribe, and that was okay because I was confused myself. Come to think about it, I was like, what am I creating this channel for? It wasn't until like the last 2 years that I was just like, okay, I know what I want to do and I'm going to be more intentional about it. So whoever's going to stay with me, but I'm going to make sure that I'm intentional so that I'm making sense when I'm building my YouTube brand. Skill number 6, talking about consistency, be consistent. I cannot tell you, this is probably the skill that I wish I would have known them in the first place. Because I was unintentional, because I didn't really have a niche, because I was all over the place, I didn't remain consistent. I was getting burnt out. I felt like I wasn't growing at a fast pace. I was like, forget this. YouTube is just not for me. But you know what? I have nobody but to blame but myself. I'm the one who started posting travel videos thinking she was going to be a travel vlogger, or thinking that not that I was going to be a travel vlogger, thinking that that's how I was going to grow my channel at a fast pace. All I did was confuse people. I was the one who posted once a month, once every 2 months. But that goes back to the fact that I knew I didn't want to be a travel vlogger because I was not traveling all the time. But unfortunately, that hurt me, because when you're not consistent, the YouTube algorithm is like, well, what are they doing? I mean, do they really want to be on this platform? Do they really want to create videos? So we're not going to push their videos anymore. We're just going to just wait until they become consistent. They need to have a consistent rhythm going. That means posting once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks. I would suggest probably at least once a week. That will help get the algorithm really flowing. But I wasn't consistent, and I will not deny that. As to why my channel hit a plateau, as to why my channel stopped growing. So if I don't give you, or if you don't listen to any other advice today while you're watching me right now, please be consistent. Your algorithm will thank you. Speaking about be consistent, please make sure you press that thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for seeing value and sticking with me to you've gotten this far. We are over halfway there. So thank you so much. And if you are interested in subscribing, I would highly recommend you do that as well. You're going to love it here. All right, we're into my favorite number. Soft skill number 7, be balanced. All right, so what I mean by that is YouTube can be and take over your life, but I encourage you not to let it do that. Okay, like you at first you're so excited, you want to put like a video out every day, or at least every few days, and honestly, that is going to burn you out. I cannot tell you enough to where you know what you're doing. You know your life. You know if you're working full time. You know if you are even working part time. You know what life you're trying to live or have at this current moment. YouTube, unless you quit your job or you know you were going to be a YouTuber, then have a balance to where you have your job, you have your family, you have yourself. Because if you're not having good mental health, or if you feel like you're putting your all in everything and you're like losing yourself to the wayside, then you're not going to do anything. That's going to go back to you being non-consistent. That's going to go back into you not being intentional. All of that, right? So make sure you have a balance into where I'm going to set aside some time on Monday to create this YouTube video. If I don't have time on Monday to edit it, then I'm going to wait till Tuesday so I can do some editing. Or if you're a vlogger like me, to where you're vlogging multiple days in a week, I've gotten to the point to where I cannot wait until I vlogged all the days of the week, or however many days I've done, and then all of a sudden I edit all those clips of videos. I cannot do it. I don't even really like editing like that. Like some people love the editing part. They hate the creating part, but love the editing part. I love the creating part. I can make videos all day. And when I get a chance, I'm going to hire me an editor. But right now, I'm just a one-woman show, one-woman shop. So with that being said, editing is always like, oh, I got to edit again. I got to edit this video. But now it's like when I'm vlogging, I do a little at a time. I make sure whatever I recorded for that day, I get on my laptop by the end of the night or by the end of the day, and I'm editing that little bit piece. That helps me make sure to where by the end of the week, when I'm actually ready to post a video, because I usually post my videos Friday or Saturday, then I'm not feeling like I'm rushing to get the editing done or it's taking me hours to complete. Be intentional and then also remain balanced to where you find time for yourself, time to work, and then also time to create. Soft skill number 8, remain patient. You know what? This is another skill that I wish somebody would have told me, because I just thought I was going to just grow overnight. I thought I was just going to be a YouTuber and all I had to do was make maybe 3 months, maybe 6 months tops, that I was going to make my first 1,000. Somebody told you wrong. Somebody told me wrong, because I didn't make my first 1,000. When did I make my first 1,000? I think it was last year? No, early last year maybe. Early last year, or maybe it was 2022. I don't remember when I made my first 1,000, but I started in 2017. So years later, I didn't make my first 1,000 followers. Okay, remain patient. You will not grow overnight. That is a fact. That algorithm takes so long to pick up aspects of your video. It takes so long to get people engaged. People have to get to know you. People have to wonder why am I following them? Why are they important? What value do they bring to me in my life? Whether you are an inspiration through vlogging, whether you are providing tips for travel, maybe you are just someone who just likes to sing and you calm someone's spirit. Whatever it is, you need to be patient, because you will not grow overnight. Now, let me say this. There's always an exception to the rule, and I know some people go viral overnight, right? I even have one video short that has gone viral, and that one video has well over 3 million views on that video. But do I have 3 million followers? No. Do I have, point is that one viral video is not going to help your channel grow overnight. Even when that video got to 1 million followers, I still didn't make, I think I was over 1,000 followers, but I still didn't get 10,000 until this past couple of months. All right. So be patient. If you don't hear anything else, be balanced and be patient and be consistent. I think those are probably going to be my top 3 for you today. Be consistent and be patient, because it will help your mental health when it comes to not getting overly emotional when it comes to YouTube. Soft skill number 9, be inspirational. All right, so you may not have a channel to where you're inspiring everyone all the time. I understand that, but something of value that you're trying to give to your followers should provide some level of inspiration. So for me, even if I was going to be a travel vlogger, I'm always going to provide some type of tips when I'm traveling. Honestly, I'm going to provide some type of tips regardless, whether I'm vlogging, traveling, whatever it is. Vlogging, maybe not so much, because those are the times I'm just having a little bit of fun. But my travel videos, I'm always providing tips. These type of videos, my brand strategy, my business videos, I'm always providing some type of tips, because I want to make sure that not just that I'm being an inspiration, but that I'm also providing good value. I mean, what's the point of me making this 10, 15 minute video, however long this turned out to be, and you just watch a 10, 15 word of mess? Who wants to waste so many time? And honestly, you wouldn't even made it to 10 minutes. You would have been like, okay, this is a waste of time. Click, let me go somewhere else, because she's not doing it for me. So I don't want to be able to, I don't want that to happen. So with that being said, you want to make sure that you provide some type of inspiration. Maybe I should have just said that soft skill should have been value. Provide some value to your followers so that they can stay with you. Even if you post reactional videos like skits, funny, comical things, even that shows value or shows inspiration somehow. Just find a way to do it so that you are even, well, actually, honestly, those videos probably are inspiring sometimes more than some of the others, even some of mine, because a lot of mine are mainly serious. I'm not always funny. I can be comical sometimes. I'm not always funny, but my channel is not a comical channel. Those type of videos that has a whole slew of comical, that's all they do is make comic videos. Those are inspirational because you're making people laugh. And what type of inspiration is one of the best? By just making someone laugh. All right, if you made it this far, I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much, because we have made it to soft skill number 10. If I was to start a YouTube channel in 2024 or whenever, I want you to be yourself, because MsQueenRo, she gonna be herself. She gonna make you laugh sometimes. She gonna tell you like it is. She gonna make sure that you understand that you shouldn't do that or that you should do that. She gonna smile. She's gonna laugh. She's gonna do all of that. She is going to be herself. Okay, let me stop talking in third person. I'm going to be myself. I cannot stress that enough, because if you come on starting a YouTube channel and you try to be someone else, I'm going to directly say it. You're going to fail. And the reason why you're going to fail, your videos may not fail, but you're going to fail. When I say that, meaning I'm not trying to wish bad or negativity on anyone, but I say that because you're going to get burnt out. You're going to get burnt out because you're not being yourself. Are you being fake? Maybe so, but you're not being yourself. You're trying to appease the algorithm. You're trying to appease your audience, but you're not being yourself. You're going to burn yourself out. You're going to get tired. You're going to get bored. The reason why I have gone so long and been pretty much consistent is because I'm myself. I'm not afraid to show you my real self when I'm vlogging. And that's honestly where I do show you my real self, because I'm not really talking like professional. I'm doing stuff for fun. So I'm like, I'm going to be able to, like, here's a prime example. Love my mom, love her to life. But my mom is your true Southern belle. And she's going to watch this right now, and she's going to call me right after. Call me, Mom. I know you're going to call me and comment, but it's true. My mom used to be like, Kia, why you don't have any makeup on? Or why are you in front of the camera with, and she don't say it in those words, but she'll say something like that, like, your hair, you didn't fix your hair? Ma, I'm not doing all that. I mean, sometimes like today, right? I put a little something on. I wasn't going to put anything on, to be honest. But I'm like, you know what? I haven't made a brand strategy video in a minute. I haven't done an entrepreneur video type thing video in a minute. Let me put a little makeup on. Let me put a little lipstick on, a little mascara, a little something on, right? Because in a way, she's right. You want to remain professional. That goes back to being professional. In another way, I'm going to be myself. Because every day, every time I make a video, I'm not going to be putting a whole bunch of makeup on. You may get a scarf on sometimes. I can't tell you how many vlogs that you've watched or that you could watch to where I got my scarf on in the car. I'm going to pop out this camera, but you're going to see this scarf. Now, mind you, am I going to keep it on when I step out the car? No, I'm not. That's not me. But my point is, I'm not going to, just because there's a camera in front of me, I'm not going to just be like, you're not going to get the real Rokia. You're always going to get the real Rokia. Always and forever. So be yourself. Okay. Be yourself. Be professional, but be yourself. Make people laugh if that's what you do on a normal basis. If you don't, then that's okay. Just talk as calm and collect as you can, but just however you are, just be yourself. I promise you will enjoy being on YouTube a lot more when you are. You will go further as long as you be yourself. All right, that is it. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. Can you please comment below, what is another tip? Like, if you are a YouTuber, what other tip would you provide to someone that's trying to start a YouTube channel? Please help me. It doesn't have to be a soft skill. It can be a technical skill, whatever skill it is. Comment below, because we out here in these YouTube streets trying to make it. We all trying to make it. But I think if you follow these tips that I've just provided today, I believe you will be able to make your YouTube goals as well. All right, so I thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Again, if you'd like to see a personal side of me, please check out my vlogs. I will have them linked in the description box below. If I don't, then make sure you just click on the My Royal Diaries playlist. That will help. And then also, I do have a business podcast. I took a break from that because I needed to get some interviewees up and ready, but that's going to be up and coming soon. Until then, just make sure you check out this career playlist. And then also, if you're not following me on Instagram, I have two Instagram pages. One is my MsQueenRo, and my other one is my professional one, is my Royal Consulting Biz, B-I-Z. I will also have them down below, so you can make sure to jump in there and follow me there as well on Instagram. All right, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. Until next time.